interactive video plays a critical role in accelerating learning outcomes. When we say interactive video, this could be a live virtual classroom experience or how you're introducing video content inside the LMS for on-demand learning. One of the things that I wanted to just quickly touch on for those of you who are not familiar with Kaltura, we are one of the world's largest pure play video platform companies. Out of our 1,000 customers, about 535 of those are education institutions, everything from strictly online universities, college, and technical education programs to many of the world's largest and most innovative traditional education institutions. Our goal is really to incorporate video to improve learning outcomes. And this was a very relevant quote from Benjamin Franklin that I wanted to kick things off today, and we can talk about more on the technology side in just a moment. So tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. One of the challenges we're seeing globally, given the acceleration of technology in response to COVID, is actually how we're, this is not, a lot of this content, a lot of these tools are not focused around the student. They don't have the appropriate level of interaction, which is posing challenges for educators as they move into these hybrid learning environments. So today, we're going to talk about some practical tips on where we see the market going and hopefully give you some ideas to take back into your institutions. So the background, as I mentioned, we've seen an explosion in the use of video, both live and on demand, in response to COVID-19. Across our customer base, of those 530 customers, we're seeing about a 300% to 700% increase in the use of video. I don't think it's any surprise to educators here the importance of video, but ultimately it was a quick response to the pandemic. And one of the challenges is we're losing students. And so we're going to go through today and really focus around creating. Oh, let me just resume sharing. Oops, sorry here, just need to reshare my screen. I'll be right back with you. Okay. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. See, there you go, technology. It's great when it works. Okay, so we'll talk about the background. So I think the most important thing is to really understand what where the students are coming from. Most of our students have come from a digital background. They grew up in a digital world, whether it be gaming, social media, how they're talking to their friends. So the consumerization of video, watching YouTube content to learn things, is accelerated, it's fast, it's innovative on the consumer side in their daily lives. When they come into our education institutions, oftentimes what that experience does is it kind of dumbs down a little bit, and it's not as interactive, it's not as social, it's not as engaging as perhaps it can be. And one of the expectations that students have, we're seeing this all across our customer base, is really creating interactive experiences as opposed to being presented with the library video content where they sit back and watch passively. They want to interact. They want to ask questions. They want to comment. They want to have call to actions in the video. And so what is the world that we came from and where is it going, or then versus now? So teaching communications and teaching styles has historically been a one-to-many. It's focused on a single presenter, typically physical, text-based, and it's a one-size-fits-all for all students in all courses. What we're seeing move, and I know a lot of you guys have probably already moved there or are on the journey of innovation, but more collaborative one-to-one learning, student-centered. There's a lot of talk around the market around blended learning and the use of digital and video and personalized learning. And we see video at the center of this whole transformation. And now more than ever, it's playing a critical role. And here's some of our results. So each year, and I'm going to share this with everybody, we do a state of education or state of video and education survey. This year, we had about 1,300 responses global around so this is a global study in all markets that we operate in. And some of the results are very interesting and fundamentally different than they were the year prior, given the current situation. So 63% are moving to fully remote virtual classroom. Other users, 58% are using pre-recorded at home and lecture capture to provide on-demand learning environments, hybrid environments, and so forth. So don't be concerned. We do not see virtual taking over the physical world. We do see, once things settle down and we all go back to school, I think we're going to have hybrid learning environments, but it's up to us as technology platform providers and you as educators to use this as an opportunity to innovate. And video is being used across institutions. I won't spend too much time on this, but obviously remote teaching and learning is the #1 driver. We're still seeing a lot of lecture capture, which we do see that market over time being commoditized and also reduced. We see long format lecture recordings. Look, it's nice because it provides on-demand access, but oftentimes presenting a linear video for 90 minutes on demand and expecting the student to retain the information, they're going to be distracted. It's not the best format for learning. One of the other interesting key points here is we're seeing a lot of video-based student assignments where you're encouraging students to use video to summarize and to submit their research reports or to submit assignments. It could be in a group or individually. So they accomplish two things. They get to learn something and prove that they've learned it through the assignment submission, but they're also developing digital skills, how to edit, how to record. In their professional lives, they are going to need these tools. And so it's accomplishing two things: digital literacy and also knowledge retention and assessment. So this all sounds great. What's really the problem? Video seems to be working perfectly? Well, the problem is it's a lean back, it's a passive learning experience, and it's hard to learn. Imagine watching 90-minute lectures over and over and over. Sometimes even participating in virtual classrooms can be laborsome or not as engaging. So what we're recommending and what we're focused on, we're spending millions of dollars in R&D per year, is really creating lean forward, highly interactive learning experiences. So encouraging students to create content, adding interactivity in the form of hotspots and quizzes and surveys over the video. And we'll talk about some of those tools in just a moment here. Also creating branching video experiences where you're presenting students with a personalized learning path, meaning in the video, they can select option A, B, or C, and it will branch or personalize that learning experience through video. So with the same content you're creating today, you just enrich it and make it more useful and more entertaining, therefore more impactful for the students. So what exactly is interactive video? Let me continue on with just 5 reasons why we feel it's important, and then we're going to talk about the tools itself. 1, it increases engagement. Imagine watching a lean back video, or imagine interacting, selecting, answering quiz questions. I think we all understand the value of the video will be much more important and more highly impactful by having those points of interaction within the video. It also creates a really interesting data set for faculty members. You're having different points in the video where you're measuring students, whether it be out of 1,000 students, they've selected this particular path, or did John answer this quiz question and then I'm analyzing and grading him in my learning management system. So very basic assessment tools to more journey-based or personalized tools. And what we do is we make it really, really easy for everyone to create what would traditionally be, advanced editing. Anybody can now create these interactive video elements. So let's talk real quickly about the 6 components. The first and foremost is adding hotspots. A hotspot could be download this paper, download the PDF document, download the presentation. So you're putting buttons over here in the upper left in the video, which is a call to action. Visit this web page, for example. The other one is a video quiz. I think we're all familiar with those, but it's how you're providing interactive elements in the form of quiz questions, true or false, multiple choice, and providing editing tools to enable faculty members to create these or the media services team to create these on behalf of the faculty. And the outcome of that is a really good data set that can be synchronized with your learning management systems. An interactive player. So one of the things we're doing through our artificial intelligence is we're indexing the spoken word, particularly here in Hong Kong. You have bilingual students or international students, say in China and here in Hong Kong. So we're indexing the spoken word. It could be in English, or maybe it's a Cantonese speaker. Through AI, we're auto-processing those transcripts. We're listening to the spoken word and creating transcripts and captions, but we're also translating. So say you can have it from Cantonese into Mandarin subtitles automatically. And the interactive player is allowing the students to select which language or what experience is best for them to watch this video content. Over in the lower left, so 3D objects and AR, VR, we're seeing a big push in this space where this is a coronavirus thing, and you can go and click in different points of the video itself, which will then zoom in to the different points of the video. We're seeing a big move towards virtual classroom. I know a lot of you guys are probably using Microsoft Teams and Zoom. Look, these are great business communication tools. They do have some education technology like whiteboards and breakout rooms built in, but we don't think they're really built for education. We have a virtual classroom that is built exclusively for learning. It has a much higher degree of interaction, better media content, really rich breakout room features. And again, we're building technology specifically for education, which I think is the difference. And then finally, branching video, which is that edit and develop your own personalized learning paths, where you're mashing up videos into a series and allowing the student to click and watch it in a sequence in which they find best. Okay, I only have a couple of minutes, so I'm going to finish up here. This is just an example of the hotspot editor where you can have a web page, a call to action, allowing students to do something after they've watched the video. Video quizzing, multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blank, or students can add a text-based response. All of this is now synchronized with the learning management system. We have interactive elements where you have automatic table of contents. We're indexing the slides, where your students are able to search and find keywords in the video in which the word was written on the slide. This is one of my favorite applications, which is called Pass. This is that interactive editor. You see an example where it's literally as easy as drawing lines between each segment in the video. You hit the save button and you have yourself a fully interactive personalized video content. AR, VR, 3D objects, we're seeing more and more. This is still an early adoption phase, but we're seeing more and more of this being used inside of education technology circles and content creation strategies. And then finally, virtual classroom. And we can share more information on all these products as anybody's interested. So I just wanted to finalize the presentation with, for one, thank you so much for your time today. I know it was quick. My name is Derek Grant. I'll leave my contact information, and I'll also provide you a link in the chat in which you can access our State of Education survey. It's amazing and excellent data that looks at the trend and where your education peers are investing and in looking at the different use cases that are driving both live and on-demand video content in learning circles. So again, thank you very much.